Hello everyone, and welcome to another stream. Hope you're all doing very well. We are doing good. We spent the whole day sewing for a really fun video that hopefully will come out tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what you think about that one. And yeah, hi Dam, hi Candapi, Tillman, hi Lucas, and today, hi to everyone else that's also there. Not sure if Gemma's going to be joining us today because she's doing some other stuff, but we'll see. Maybe later on she will be able to. Hi Nathan. So, what I thought would be a cool idea to do today is on our little map here is try to get just a little bit of light wind to make it harder or more challenging, and try to do the whole circumnavigation of the island. So just going on thermals, probably not having enough wind that we can get ridge lift, and starting, I'm not sure yet, one of these corners, trying to find a thermal and then having to tag some checkpoints. So the checkpoints being one on each corner. So we don't necessarily need to go in a straight line. We can go like in here to catch a thermal somewhere and then go out, but kind of like the FAI triangles work, but being a square. So that's the idea. Hi Pri Marcus, hope you guys are doing well. Hi Florian. So first thing first, we need to find, well, let's control the weather here a little bit. Let's see. I wanted to do the hard parts first. So okay, so let's have north wind. So north wind there. And speed, let's just go light. Let's go like 3 knots, so it's not too bad. It's a little bit easier one way and hard the other way. Hi Miguel, hi Starfighter. And so just a little bit of wind, not too crazy. And I think, okay, we've got thermals. We can't, they're not enabled, visualized, so we don't know where they are. We don't need the goal because that's kind of random. Hi Alberto, bienvenido. So we're gonna go. You probably would go for something like that, you know, like a cross-country, high-performance glider. But I feel like the thermals in this game are kind of narrow. The radius is not very big. So I think we're better off going for the fuzz or even the meta. Which is more like, the fuzz is like an ENB, low B, and this is more like a high B or a C. So I'm not sure, maybe this guy? Yeah, I think this is a good compromise between chuckability and being able to get it round in thermals and still having some force speed and some performance on bar, so that's good. Where are we gonna start? So we have north wind. I mean, if we wanted to make it really hard, we could start at the sand spit because that's really low. So we'll start there. I mean, if I can't do it, then I can always try something else that is not so hard. So we're facing into wind here, and we really don't have a lot of altitude to search for a thermal. Okay, let's just try it. Hi Kenneth! It'd be really nice if I had a thermal here straight away, but I'm like, well, there's something there already above us. 140 meters above sea level only. Oh yeah. We're taking this one. I've also taken the little elastic bands off of my controller, because now I can set the brakes in a certain position that's half decent for thermaling, and I don't have to always fight this. So now I'm actually hands off and it just continues to thermal, so that's nice. Have you guys played this game much, or how are you finding it? Have you explored the map yet? Oh, a bit hairy here. We already got 100 meters almost. There's a lot of, see what I mean? Like the thermals are really narrow, and there's a lot of sink all around the thermals. So there we go. Looks like we're getting out of this hole, boys. In this game in particular, it's quite good to look at the clouds to see if you have any chance of catching something near you. "400 meters, we're doing well." Hi Sam. A little tricky there. Here we go, back into it. It's hard to stay in it. At this point, on a normal thermal, if you're this far off the ground, it should be, I mean, depends on the day obviously, but it should be a little bit easier to stay in it. Yeah, speaking of which, I can turn this off. Yeah, I saw that Evan put it on the page that he's working on that. Maybe it was because he saw this stream. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's going to be very useful to be able to see where you are and get a gauge for all those things. See, these are so narrow. Not doing a great job of centering them either, so maybe I should be paying more attention. That's the problem. Hi Beniax Ben. How are you guys finding the voice and music levels today? Are they okay? I've been messing around with some stuff and I'm not sure. I've decided. Oh, cheers, Kenneth. Hopefully I can keep the settings for next time. Voice to music ratio. Okay, so I might turn down the music a little bit. Something like that. Seems like I've lost the thermal, eh? Maybe, I mean, they do decay, so not all thermals in this game are the same. Oh wait, there's wind drift, so this thermal, if I go under it, I'm not going to find anything. I need to go more upwind, which is north, which is that way. We'll see. This is going to be tricky. Oh. Let's see if we can get it here. Get it, get it, get it. So that did work, going upwind to search for the source of the thermal rather than going underneath it because the wind blows it over. We're going somewhere now. Lost it. Why did I lose it? High fire breath. Yeah, it'd be good to get some more controls and different layers and stuff. But I almost wish that we knew that that stuff was there, but was hidden, sort of thing. Because that's kind of like how reality is, isn't it? You know more or less how things work, but you're not sure. You kind of have to play with what you get on the day. So that'll be cool. Hi, Juarez. Yeah, it gets to a certain point where it feels like the thermal's just a bit broken. I think this happened before. And there was only over there. There's no... Like, I want to go that way. So they really need to get up high first, but this is tricky. Some weird sink around here as well. Can explore over here, see if we can find anything. I would expect to see like some puffy clouds over there as well. Oh, there's something. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think cameras are really important. Same thing with, I mean, I think the one you're talking about is this one. But if you get any sort of like rough movements going on, it really goes crazy. But the other one is this one. You can kind of like mouse wheel up and down to get close and far away. But if you're flying a mini wing, because it's smaller and it flies faster, it's too far to fly like proximity and nice speed runs. So yeah, as with everything else, there's a lot of room for improvement there for sure. Looks like we're getting it to... We're higher than the highest peak. So the thermals seem a bit broken, which I suppose is a good thing, because real thermals often are like that. See this, like everything was fine. We're nowhere near cloud base, and it kind of just stopped. I wonder if this one is that one, or if I'm falling out of it somehow, maybe. So when it goes up, I widen the turn, and when the various starts coming down, I tighten it a little bit more. But then at some point, because the thermal isn't super wide, you kind of have to just keep some bank on. We broke 1,000 meters, yay! Search patterns. Do you mean if you're not in a thermal, how do you look for one? Or centering patterns, when you already found one, how do you find the center? Because search patterns in this game, I'm not sure how the algorithm for generating the thermals is like. So you don't necessarily need to follow reality if the algorithm is different. I think it's just a little bit random and looking at the clouds, to be honest. Yeah, I find that any rules that are time-based are quite specific to the type of glider that you fly and where you fly, and yeah, it's like if you time things, it's probably because of the, I don't know how to say this actually. Yeah, I prefer the algorithmic one. With, you know, if the vario is going up, widen the turn. If the vario is going down, tighten the turn. That one. With one exception, with more feel, because in this game and in reality as well, often you can kind of feel if you bump against the thermal. 9 times out of 10, you're not straight onto the middle, so you'll catch a corner, sort of thing. And you have to decide where to turn, and one side has more lift than the other because you didn't get it head on. So on that and the game as well, they tend to push you out. So if we hit a thermal and your left wing goes up and you get pushed to the right, I usually try to turn in the same side, so I would go left. So that's the only thing that I do other than the algorithm of tighter or less tight sort of thing. B-plag, kinda, but not really. I think it's only important if you're getting very little, like, scrappy bits of lift, or if the thermals are really, really broken. But I fly with an XE tracer, and it uses barometer and accelerometers, and the beeping is instant. If you want B-plag, you have to kind of like select it and put some B-plag into it. So and that seems to be a problem to some people, because they're so used to the old styled instruments that they prefer to have like half a second or a second of lag. But I just prefer to know the real thing, to be honest. It definitely, if you have lag, it makes it easier to ignore the lift, the inverted commas lift you get from pitching back and forth, But if I hear it beep 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 going beep beep when I know the wing is pitching up, then it's kind of obvious to me that it's not lift, because you can feel it. You can feel the G's, and you can see the wing going back and forth. So I just prefer to have it be real time. Thermals are fixed. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Hi, Kodiak. Yeah, that would make sense to do that, I suppose. Hey, there's a little bit of wind from the north, and we're going into wind now. So in theory, we could go around this corner. I know we still have to go to that corner over there, which is this corner here. Whoops, which is this corner here on the map. So we're kind of around here. But if we're having north wind from this direction, maybe this face could do something for us, or it could have maybe some thermal. So we'll see. Hi, JS. Welcome. I hope you have a beer. There is a cheating mode. It's here. You can press this and you can see the thermals, but I'm going to try not to do it. All right, let's see if we can get something here. It's still very steep. Not very steep. The angle of this hill to the wind is still very shallow, should I say? So it's not really getting us much lift from the wind, but it might give us some thermals maybe. This is the thing, in reality you would search along a ridge like this and most likely you would find some good lift, but how the game was made is probably the trigger is somewhere in there, and how much the thermal leans over is a direct proportion to wind speed and thermal updraft speed. So the air inverted commas, the air doesn't really stick to the mountain like a thermal actually would. Hi Saeed. Yeah, it's obviously, yeah, even if we had the biggest supercomputers in the world, simulation and reality is never going to be the same, but we can dream. We can dream. Can try to get close. Well, this is turning out to be maybe just as frustrating as the real thing. I think we're kind of moving into this area here, this little valley, which is a problem because we kind of need to go back here to then go back to the top. So we just need some height, but can't find anything. What are the clouds doing? So there's one behind me. So I could potentially go into wind and slightly to the right. Into here somewhere. Now they look different. Don't know. Again, here will be massively on the lee side, but which I wouldn't recommend. Okay, we got something. This one definitely feels stronger than the other ones. Hi Gary, welcome to the stream. Where we're catching all sorts of thermals, but it's being quite tricky. Hold on, we've lost it again. Oop. What's the weather like in Guam, Gary? Ooh. Oop, here we go. I suppose at least this way the wind's gonna take us to where we want to go. Wow, so much sink. Hi Florian, yeah, we live in Portugal. Oh, it's so hard. It's like a super small, super punchy. I suppose that's what we'll get in spring, but... yeah, some kind of joystick or game controller is highly advisable. Otherwise it's very on or off rather than analog. Hey Laurie! Yeah, Nathan, I'm sure the Deathwing would work, but I'm trying to make it yeah, a little bit more challenging. But to be honest, I find it's a little bit of you get better glide and you get better performance basically, but with the higher aspect ratio wings, it's a lot harder to stay in these thermals because the turning radius is bigger, and so you keep falling in and out of the thermal, it feels like. Hey Ripman! Yeah, you can turn rear riser steering on the top right corner here. But also, if you go into the control settings, you can adjust like brake and weight shift authority. Hey Steven, hi Dan. Yeah, we have to be. We have a national lockdown at the moment, at least until the 1st of May. So after that, we'll see if the president decides to carry on or to give us some freedom back. But we'll see. Our numbers don't look too bad, but I think if you get too cocky with it, that's when things start getting a lot worse again. So I don't know where that thermal is now. I lost it. I don't know if it's also true in the game, but in reality, if you lose it, just go upwind. Oh, there you go. There's something here. Oh, you can't paraglide on the island in general? Is it because the terrain or weather or maybe laws? I wonder if the same thing is happening to me as when I try to do videos for when doing a cross country, which is either the video is crap because I'm concentrating, or my thermaling and cross country abilities are crap because I'm concentrating on the video or concentrating on talking or whatever. Definitely on a nil win day is a little bit easier because once you center it and you put the right input in, it doesn't seem to drift away from the thermal. It kind of stays in it. But today is being extra tricky. Spinning it. We can probably make it to our turn point there, but then it might be quite low. We have clouds all the way there, so maybe we could try to tag that one. Decisions, eh? For those of you who just joined us, we are currently somewhere here. We started from the sand spit. We have about 3 knots wind from the north, which is here, kind of this direction. We have like a crosswind leg, and we are around here, around where West Hill is. I'm trying to tag this point, and the plan is to go corner, 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 and then back here. So it's kind of like medium difficult, hard, medium, easy, in theory. So we kind of went over here, and then we got to here, and then we loitered, managed to, I think this is as high as we have been around this area. So we're around 1,000 here. We need to somehow go and tag that bit and come back. Upwind. So we'll see how that goes. I wonder if I should go for it, but I might get... I know my my mind is telling me no, just get as high as possible, do not leave the thermal, but they're just a bit broken sometimes, and I think, is it easier to get them lower down or what? But I don't want to risk the whole mission. No, I lost it. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, so pointing straight to where we're gonna go. We have a little bit of a tailwind, so we can put a little bit of brake on to have better glide. Not sure if it'll work, but stick to the plan. Yeah, it's hard to stick to the plan when you don't know where the thermals are. Upwind looks lovely. A few little puffy puffs. So the rule I'm going to use for this is that if I can put the camera exactly above the thing, above the glider, kind of like this, and I can see underneath me blue, then it means I'm over the water, and that would have worked. So I'm just gonna adjust it here a little bit. I'm not sure about this. This could go wrong. This could be our demise. I don't know if it's my joystick that is not calibrated right or what, but it seems like the gliders always tend to drift to the right a little bit. At first I thought it was like aligning itself with the wind, but it's just going right sometimes. Okay. A little bit more. Getting close. Crescendo music and everything. Close, close, close. Okay. Okay. And we've tagged it. We could have tagged it better by turning before we got there. But let's see what we've got to work with now. So now what we got, we had 42 or something coming this way, and we have 31 kilometers an hour going the other way. Should I go speed bar? A little bit, probably. But how do you know how much? Laurie, what's your... You have to be my XC Jedi here. What's the rule of thumb? Try to get enough speed bar to go back to trim speed? Or what? I'm gonna use this as a way to learn something from you guys. It's all about the decisions cross country, isn't it? Maybe a tiny bit more. I reckon the trim speed on this must be what, 38 or something. If we were 42 and 32, then there's 10 difference. So 32 plus 5, 37, yeah. Oh, rear riser steering on obviously because we're on speed bar. So let's try to get to 37 then. We're almost half bar now. It feels wrong, but we know it's right. Yeah, I looked and I couldn't find any. I think the thermal / lift generating algorithm only works kind of like where you are. So that's why we don't see like clouds all over the island. We can only see them kind of above where we are. So it's a little bit tricky. I'm gonna try to go around this corner and then maybe go in front of this hill here, because we might, I don't know, get some lift there maybe. Yeah, they're too far away. They feels like if the sources for those thermals were from here, they're too slanted. They're too far away. The angle would have to be too much, and we don't have that much wind, so. Nice, looking at the little birds, the trees. Yeah, well, this part now should be the hardest out of the whole thing, and if you look at where we are, on the map here, we kind of like this little inlet thing is this here. So we're kind of halfway there, up this west coast. We need to get Evan to make some even bigger maps. Right. Hey Wu-Tang, welcome man. We'll see. It's I think it shows it's definitely possible, but since we tagged that last turn point, we kind of already lost half the height. I think we had 800 or so, and we're now at 400. Now I have a feeling that we're gonna end up in this canyon here. Super lee side. yeah, just pause and think about it. I think he was somewhere around here. So I think he was in front here. So instead of scratching around the hill, which I think is what would be sensible, I'm gonna try, I don't know, going around here. It's not looking promising. It'll be fun. It'll be quite fun to put a certain algorithm in the game that changes the music depending on how high you are, and if you're like, if you're between 0 and 300 meters, it's like really spooky, like danger music. If you're between 360, it's like rock and roll because you're going up. And if and if it's and if you're like above 900 or above 600 or whatever, it's just like really peaceful, blissful music. Peter, I wish I could. That would be cheating. That would be playing God. Surely there has to be a thermal around here somewhere. I just came from here. God damn it. The wind should be on this face, but it shouldn't be. It's probably not enough wind to have lift anyway. We want that one, that's what we want. Oh, that was probably ridge lift. I think we're doomed here. Yeah. Oh yes. No way. No way. Get out of jail free card. Yes, please. Got down to 240. I think that class is a low save. I don't know. I mean, it'd be great if we could get the flight log and analyze it afterwards, because I reckon this would look really cool on XE Contest or, you know, those analysis tools. If we actually manage to get it, because if we actually manage to close out the, I was going to say the triangle, but close out the square. Oh, such a bubbly little crap thermal. Oh, I still have rear risers on. I don't want that. Magic. Oh, look, and the music has changed to something more upbeat at the same time. Oh, what an emotional roller coaster this is. Sometimes almost feels like it stalls going in and out of thermals. It's like trying to climb out of Bradwell. Jesus, really steep. With loads of wind, and you're not sure if you should try to stick with it or go back to the front. Found it again. Looks like we're good. We're good. We're starting to get good. Half in, half out. Come on. You know it's here. It's just so small. Well, I suppose it feels realistic in the sense that you gotta struggle. You struggle with this stuff like you struggle in real life. I suppose in real life you only struggle depending on the day. Some days are really, really hard and some days are actually okay to find. I know, right? God damn it, it's intense. Right. It'd be nice to see if we had like clouds up ahead though, because then we could make some better decisions. See you next time, Ripman. Have a good one. So where are we? Still in the same place. Right. Okay. Can't lose this one. I just get tempted because I have a little bit of altitude. I get tempted to just go and tag that waypoint, waypoint, I suppose, up there because it'll be right there in that corner. But really, what you need is maximum height. Should get cloud base. Really, I still haven't got cloud base. I think this is actually quite similar to how my XCs usually go. I'm very impatient. And I go before I have the altitude to go, really. Yeah, it's higher. But we're kind of roughly still above the same place. Hey everyone on Twitch, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I did the last stream a couple of days ago on Sunday, it was the first time that we had the comments come through on here, which is awesome. But unfortunately, I'm trying a new service that allows me to stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And there were a couple of questions in chats on Twitch that I missed. So now we have Twitch and YouTube. So if you're watching this on Twitch, leave us a message, ask questions, interact, because you guys are here too now. Yay. Let's see if we can get up there. What cloud are we working from? Is it one of these guys? Probably that one, isn't it? It's called Restream. If you go to restream.io, you can set it up there. I mean, I'm only doing 2, but in theory, you can do like loads. Because there's Mixer as well. I'm very new to streaming, but yeah, apparently you can double them up. I'm basically streaming to Restream, and they're the ones that are sending the thing to Twitch and to YouTube. Cool, thanks a lot for coming, Florian. Great to chat. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Why does it get so hard? Feels like we've done the hard work of getting the thermal load down, and then it just gets hard. It's almost like it's all or nothing. It went from +5 to -2 in a matter of a few meters. Now we're gonna find it here again, hopefully. So maybe this was just the edge of it. Whew. Oh. Now I'm turning a bit late, but yeah, I think you're right, Steven. I mean, it definitely can happen, but it's just too fast. And I suppose some of these conditions are quite realistic, because it just depends on the days. Some days the thermals are really well formed, and other times they're just a bubbly mess. But being stuck at 600 for a little while. Feels maybe. All right, let's try to. Because I think I've definitely noticed that there's some decay to the clouds, where they will form, and then they go through a certain stage where they produce a lot of lift and then they go to nothing. So maybe that's what's happening to mine, where it's past its best sort of thing. So I'm going to try to push a little bit upwind, see if I can leave that one and join this one. Oh, here we go. This feels better. Feels bigger. Definitely stronger. We've got a +6 there. Right, this is good. In a good position here. It does, doesn't it? It's the sound of salvation. Here we go. Thermal goes to nothing out of nowhere. Maybe it was because the music's changed. It's the drama. I think I think it's a bit of Pavlov's dog's reflex, you know, about the sound thing. Because anyone that doesn't know about paragliding is like, wow, that's a really annoying sound. But for pilots, it's not. And I think it's just because the sound in itself is not good or bad. Well, it's probably a bit annoying, actually. But we have so many emotions associated with it that it makes beep, 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 beep feel really good and boop, 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 boop feel really bad. It's because, yeah, ringing a bell every time it feeds us. But yeah, the thermals definitely get worse at some point. No, I don't think she's never done XC before, so she doesn't have that reflex. She doesn't dislike it because she sometimes uses it on the coast, but she doesn't have that. You know, when you're thirsty and you have a big gulp of a fat glass of water with ice in summer, and you feel, ah. That's how the Varia sounds to most XC pilots. So she doesn't have that yet, because I think you have to have some close calls and some low saves and some being worried at some point that you're not going to make it or you're going to land somewhere dodgy, and then that sound saves you. So until it saved you, you don't really care for it yet. She's she's busy today, so we'll see if she could make it through. I think we can maybe adjust our course a little bit. Again, we probably could do a speed bar, maybe going a little bit more inland, gives us more options. $777. Yeah, that one's decayed. Or it's forming? Oh, it's forming. Is it right in front of us? Are we going to bump into it? Maybe a little bit more to the right. Hi, Alfie. Yeah, maybe inland a bit more. I'm gonna try to maybe hug this ridge a little bit, because I think we're getting to the point now, maybe not on this face, but the one just around the corner there, that we might actually start to get a tiny bit of lift, because we're getting north wind. So some sink here. Sometimes when you get a lot of sink, it's a little sign that you might get some lift soon, but maybe not the case this time. Maybe it's just because we're above sinky terrain. Things are going well. Let me bring you up to speed, and for everyone else that has joined recently, what we're doing today is a little XC mission where we're trying to fly all the way around the island. So with thermals only, and we have a little bit of a north wind, so it's in this direction, coming from the top here. And we started at the... Hi, Gemma.
Hello.
Are you coming to join us?
I've come to say hello. Sorry, I'm so late to the party.
No, that's okay. That's good timing. That's good timing, though, because
a
few people just joined in and I was explaining what's happening.
Oh, good. I'm just in time for it.
So we're trying to go all the way around the island. And we started here at the sand spit. And the thermals are on, but we don't have markers. So we have to go by feel and stuff.
Right, okay.
And the idea is to go from here, tag the corner, go all the way up here, then go here and come down. Obviously,
have you actually got to go around the circumference as well, rather than is there any cheating involved?
No, you just have to tag the point. Like
okay.
You can go
so
from here to here, via here, or via here. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's good.
So
because it might be
it's hard enough as it is. You can't just straight line it because you don't know where the thermals are. So what happened was the beginning was, even though we started quite low, the beginning wasn't too hard. We got up and we got to about here. Here it got a bit complicated, but we managed to go into the corner here and then make way. Then around West Hill, we hang around there for a long time. Oh no, not West Hill, around here, this little bit. We hang around there for a long time, managed to get up using 2 or 3 different broken thermals, and now we are, I think, just around the front of the North Peak here. And because we have
North... Here's me thinking that you would have been doing like 3 rounds of it by now.
No, it's hard. It's really hard. The thing is, now we have to somehow get high, if we can, tag that corner there, that top left corner, and then make it across. But the problem is, yeah, the going upwind is the hardest. So in theory, we've done most of the hard work, but we still have to find thermals to.
Is it a mega cheat if you change the wind direction?
You can't. Yeah, people have mentioned it, and I was like, no, I'm gonna try to make it.
Do this right.
It might take 3 times longer, but yeah. Also, the wind is only 3 kilometers an hour, so it's not enough to soar.
Right,
so we can't use like soar assist, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Oh,
because
you like to make it difficult for yourself, don't you?
Well, it's just that if you can soar, then you can't go upwind. Do you know what I mean? If the wind was strong enough to soar, you get a thermal and you get blown back so much that you can't go back to the front. Anyway, that's the thinking. Okay, so let's get back on it.
Well, this is nice. Got 2 little chat windows going on.
Yeah, I've managed to put Twitch on it as well, so that Twitchy people don't feel left out. Because when we did the stream on Sunday, I've noticed afterwards only that we had a few chats there, and I felt bad for not seeing it.
So, how have you actually had any? Has this been one continuous flight so far?
Yes, this is literally from the start. So when it gets a bit hairy, I'm pooping my pants because I don't want to do it all again. So in theory, like we're pushing to the front and we should do this, but I don't know if it will actually work in terms of, you know, where the thermals are placed. Oops.
Whoops.
Because this should have lift. Should.
I was just about to say you've not got the beep beep on, but you're wearing your earphones, so you have got the beep beep.
Yeah,
on.
I'm listening to music as well, but I think this sound will work a little bit better. I know. I was you caught me there, Sam, because I was like, "Oh, I could go over there because there's more lift, but I'll lose the turn point." But the problem is, what good is the turn point if we can't get back up? So I could almost go all the way over there, get high, and then go get the turn point. Have
you not felt a little bit tempted to maybe put the thermals on so that you can see them?
I mean, that's cheating.
Look at you.
That's just like, what's the point in that?
You like a challenge.
Yeah. What is the point in that? Yeah, you can hear the music, and I can hear the music. It's just Gemma that can't hear the music.
Oh.
You know.
I can hear the little beep ever so slightly coming through your earphone.
No, it hasn't beeped in ages.
Right, okay, maybe I've got a tinnitus then and just don't know it.
You've jinxed it. See, ever since you got here, it hasn't
How
beeped
about
yet.
I go and get us a beer?
No,
to calm your nerves and also to see whether or not I'm really a bad omen, because if you go up as I leave the room, then we'll know that I need to stay out of the room.
Do you reckon? Oh, Gemma.
Oh no.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. To be honest, I did think that the timing was going to work that way. As soon as she leaves, it's going to work, but... Whew. Oh, god damn it, still had speed bar on. Stalled it. No, no. No, it's not this way. Not this way. It's upwind. Here we go.
How's it going?
Well, it's a bit of a roller coaster like last time. There's the last few times. There's a lot of lift in theory, but I'm not ending up much higher than what I was. So 530, we'll see how it goes.
I was getting all suspicious when I was getting the beer. I was thinking, wait a minute,
Is there a button that press T for thermals?
No. Is he saying that I'm a bad omen to get rid of me, or is he saying that he's got lift when he hasn't, and really he's been on his bum the entire time? That's the thing that I thought. Is he done this in one continuous flight, or is he just fibbing?
Well,
but I believe you. I know that you're not a fibber. So
there's some people here.
Some witnesses.
There's some people here that have been here from the start. They can tell you. Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yes, look at this. Human Fly. Hi, and welcome to the Twitch stream. Finally, we have a Twitcher that talks. Yeah, you caught that one well. I was still on bar and that was not helping. Oh yeah, and it's recorded. That's true. So you can go back and watch it. But I know you trust us, Gemma.
I know I'm only joking.
700. Now this is making a big difference with 200 up. I feel like, again, I was just saying this earlier when Laurie joined. I just get really distracted. It's like filming. I can't do filming and cross country at the same time, either the film will be the video will be terrible, or my concentration just goes out the window and I can't thermal properly. Even just talking is hard.
I was just about to say, is it because you're reading the stream as well, or is it because of just the talking?
Even just talking, even if I'm just talking about what I'm doing, it distracts you from all the little micro inputs and keeping track in your head of where the thermal is and etc.
Leaning into your desk chair has little effect on weight shift.
Yeah.
Even less effect if you're leaning the wrong way like I usually do.
Yeah.
The opposite direction.
When Jim was playing the game trying to thermal, she leans her head.
Here.
Yeah. Hey,
Hi,
thanks, Laurie. Mr. Donations. Thank you so much, dude.
What's the little guy doing?
I went to look the other day and you can choose, like, when you do the donation, like, from loads of little cartoon things. One was flying, which was the one he chose last time. This one says cool and there's little animations. And again, here's my flying going out the window. Okay, I think we can tag it now. We're not super high, and I know we need to get to cloud base at some point, but let's just tag this one. Oh, here we go. Classic.
Oh, we found one.
Well, I probably drifted downwind of it. No, I think I went through it. Now I'm back on it. 7. I feel like if you get 7, you should definitely make the most. Try to make the most of it. Get really, really high and make the rest of the flight really easy. You know,
this is looking...
connecting the dots when you get to cloud base and then you just aim for the next cloud. It's way easier than all of this bottom half crap. The top half of the sky is way better usually than the bottom half. Oh yeah, Laurie, now that you're back, I don't know if you heard me earlier. I was coming up here, from here to about there, and there's a 3 knots north wind on here. So coming this way, going with the wind, I was like 42 kilometers an hour, and going into wind, I was 32 kilometers an hour. So the difference was 10, and I was wondering, is there a quick and fast rule to know how much speed bar I should put on to get a decent into wind, like trying to get at least trim speed or something like that? Because I don't know where the thermal is. So if I knew where it was, I knew kind of if I needed to go full bar or whatever to get there or not. But is there any rule on that you can enlighten us with to help on that situation? Well, this glider would be something like probably like a high B or a low C, like a delta or a rush, I suppose. Average climb. Well, they're very broken. They're very broken, so I don't know. I'd say like, what, 2 meters a second average? They get to 4 and 5, but not on average.
I can imagine Laurie doing a little chin rub here, like, I'm just doing my calculations, just give me a little bit more information.
Yeah, well, that is McCready. He's thinking McCready. But I feel like I'm more thinking about the polar curve, and with a small amount of headwind, what's the best speed bar setting for range rather than
probably
for
half bar tops
speed to fly.
On an EMB.
Half bar tops on an EMB, yeah. Well, I found that with half bar, I was getting about trim speed. So I was getting 37. So no bar upwind was 32. No bar downwind was 42. Did I say that right? No, you're not paying attention.
I was watching the screen and thinking, he's going out to sea a little bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to tag this point.
Oh, you're actually going right to the little peak.
This, you have to tag it. It's this point, little point here. Oh, and we just got a 7 there. Might as well get some.
It's terrible that I don't remember this, but what's that video where you actually? It was when you had the game in the early, your game in the early development stage, and you said that there's a method to staying in the thermal, and it's about when you.
Do you remember? We've talked about that already, but.
Oh, have you?
It's if the.
Sorry.
If the vario. No, it's good. It's a good little reminder. If the vario is going up, as in if you're going up faster and faster, open the turn, so turn less hard.
If it's going faster.
Yeah, if the vario is going up, not if you're going up. If the vario is going up, so if you go 2 meters a second, 3 meters a second, 4. So if it goes beep 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 beep, if it's going faster, straighten up and gotta go more straight. And if it's going down, like beep 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 beep, like 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, that's sort of like going down. Then you turn tighter. So okay. I'll talk you through it here. So it's going down, so tighter, 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 and then you kind of have to remember where it was. So you can't just go into a death spiral. So these are small adjustments, not big adjustments. And now I've lost it, so I can't.
I think I was trying to do this I was trying to think about this last time I was thermaling on this game, and I just couldn't remember. And I was thinking, go straight and then. Turn sharper. I can't remember, and I just couldn't remember.
We still haven't tagged it.
I think it was worse because I could see them. Because I think when you can see them, you do this weird thing where you try and go towards them, but you kind of need to be on the periphery of them.
Ideally, hopefully, with a future update, we can get big thermals and small thermals. And when we get that, you'll be able to. If you go to a big thermal and you're just playing between. Either getting 4 meters a second if you're doing really well in the center, or doing 2 meters a second if you're just doing okay in the periphery, then you'll be able to do a little bit better. But, okay, I'm just going to try to tag the point so that I can move on. Over here somewhere. But yeah, the general rule is if the vario is going up, straighten up. If the vario is going down, tighten up.
Okay.
So that you almost like you
spend
more time. Yeah, you spend more time in the lift.
Yeah.
And spend less time in the sink, if that makes sense. And it doesn't really matter which direction you start turning in, but you don't want to switch.
Yeah.
So if you start turning right, then you go right. Okay, looks like we're over the water, so we've tagged it. The sensible thing to do here, I think, would be to go back to the same thermal. But that's boring! So just let's point straight to the next turn point with a little bit of left, because we have a wind. We got a little bit of wind from the left here, as you can see from the north. So just
sorry to distract you, but thank you to Bird's Eye Solutions. We've got a little donation there. Thank you very much. And
I think that's
Laurie's going, so say bye-bye dinner night to Laurie.
Yeah, I
bye,
think that's
Laurie.
Gareth. I think that's Gareth's cousin, I think. He has a drone business. Yeah. Thanks a lot for the donation, dude. And see you soon, Laurie. Thanks a lot for dropping by and dropping some wisdom on us mere mortals. And have a good one, dude. Yeah, so for anyone that's just joined us, we started from here and then we tagged this point. Then we spend a lot of time on here. We've just tagged this point here, and we're on our way to the dunes. And hopefully this is the crosswind, and then we have a downwind leg, and then we should be good. Oh, you sat next to Laurie. I feel like instead of going straight for it, we should probably be a little bit more on this side, like on the ground side, because it's more likely to get a thermal. But it does this weird thing where the thermals just generate around you. So there's that's where we've been. Okay, maybe we'll get this one now. But where we're going, you can't really see anything until you're there.
Yeah.
But once you're there, they will happen.
So which direction are you taking? Whereabouts are you on this map now?
So I'm about where it says North Hill. Actually, I'm not quite there yet. Look, that little spigot there
Oh, is there
is
in between North Hill
this
and North
thing.
Peak? Yeah.
Is this thing here? Yeah, spigot. I feel like we should get that guy.
Ed Sales has said he's just joining. This is amazing. You did an amazing work. I can't wait to try it. You can try it now, Ed, and it's not ours. It's what's Evan's surname? You know?
Burrows.
Evan Burrows has developed this game. It's called Paragliding Sim, and I think there's a link in the description below.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool. You've been enjoying it a lot, haven't you?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, download it. You can have it on Android or you can have it on Mac, Linux, and Windows. So yeah, give that a little download, and if you enjoy it, contribute to give some donation or something like that. So that he's only a young kid, he's 20-something-year-old working a job and doing uni at the same time. So if we can somehow support it, the game will only get better. And over the last, 2-3 weeks, he's been releasing... what was that? There was a little beep there. He's been releasing updates fairly regularly, so he's definitely putting the effort into it. So it'd be great to kind of help him out. I'm thinking that even though it's very light wind, this here is super steep. So maybe we can get something over there. Whatever was around us, we totally missed it. We're getting dangerously low.
Suddenly becomes a we.
Okay. Well, imagine.
I'm only kidding, we're here with you.
Imagine that we get to the end of it and I'm going to say, we did it. I'm not going to say I did it.
I did it, screw you guys.
We did it together, man.
Did it all by myself.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. See, that's just forming now. I can see it. But it's behind us, so it's useless.
Sneaking around behind you. And...
I don't want to turn back.
So...
the we-solation rather than the isolation. I reckon I'm not going to be able to make it from here, or if I make it there, that won't make it back up.
Look up, are there any clouds?
They tend to be behind us.
The one forming above you?
That thing.
It's not really quite above you, is it?
No, but...
Maybe
but
you do need to be a little bit further in, a little bit higher over the ridge. I know that's not much use to tell you that now.
Oh, I need to be higher, do I? I need some height.
You need to get up.
Okay. I accept one handicap compared to real life, which is we can pause it and think about it, right? Which you can't do in reality. So you can't see thermals and you can't change wind speed or anything, but we can. Okay. Strategize. I think... Look, there's definitely a thermal there. So the source for that is maybe here, right? Because it's not quite in line with us. This is kind of like looking south. So that's kind of like more to our side. So maybe there. So what I'll do, potentially, I was going to say go to the end of this ridge, see if we can find anything. And if not, come back and try there. But I feel like the ridges...
Get back, maybe.
Yeah, the ridges don't really work like in reality. Like the thermal doesn't crawl up the hill like normal. So I feel like we should just go for it.
What, turn back now or?
Yeah, well, not turn back, but just
try and get
search for it rather than doing the normal searching along the cliffs. Just searching, more trying to align yourself with where the base of that thermal is.
Do it.
Do it. Wait. What is this?
Oh, Peter Elliott, are you playing it right now? Are you trying to do the same thing? You just said he landed on that wee spit and had to climb up to North Hill. He's back on his way.
Oh, that's really cool. That's cool. Like kind of multiplayer sort of situation. There's something here.
Was or is?
Was. It's that guy, isn't it? It's that thing. Fucking panic. Concern is setting in again. But I have the uplifting music on. So it's like. Oh, you're a bit ahead of me. God damn.
Did you start at the same time, Peter? Oh, this is a competition now. This is
so
interesting.
cool, isn't it? Like, we need... I'm going to have to really push everyone.
Is it 680 meters, Andre?
It's up here somewhere.
Got any... where are the thermals? Tell us where they are.
Yeah, I know. There's one around here somewhere. Just don't know where.
The thing is, when the last big thermal you got, they kind of tend to be, on this game, they tend to be a bit further out away from the ridge.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be like this patch or something.
Oh, Dan's coming for you as well.
Oh man, we totally need this to have multiplayer. Can you imagine?
Is there like Zoom for Twitch?
Yeah, you can do
there
that
is.
actually. Yeah, I think it'll be quite distracting though to have 4 screens at the same time. But if we could have like everyone on the same screen, that'd be awesome. Oh man, I really don't want to lose now. I feel like I'm on the home straight. I need a thermal badly.
Shall I go and get another beer? Even though you don't need one yet.
I'm not sure.
Just to leave the room.
I'm not sure. Oh, right. I was going to say, I'm not sure that beer's going to help. Okay, what about that guy? Oh, Joe, this is excruciating. No, the uplifting music definitely didn't help. It's come and gone and we haven't got no uplift.
The question is though, if you were to land, theoretically, which I'm not saying that you are going to.
Can we have a
Do you have a
30
point
minute
system where like you just lose some points and you carry on from the same point, or well, I suppose you where do you come back? Because it doesn't just respawn you kind of thing.
Well, let's not worry about that, my friend, because I'm on a 7. But yeah, okay. I think it would be a cool thing if we had multiplayer, that we could have something like that. Like if you land out, you can still hike up, but it's going to take like, I don't know, half an hour. So like everyone else is still flying and you're like in hiking mode. And you can hike up the hill and launch again. But
What do you mean?
imagine if this game is developed to have multiplayer.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's in the future.
Sorry, I did zone out for a minute. I was reading a comment and I thought you were saying that it kind of deducts time. It does already deduct time from you.
This doesn't exist.
I was thinking, no, it doesn't. I know that you just... Okay.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm just saying that it can be developed to be that way, where you end up losing time because you would actually physically have to
Yeah, okay.
hike
Don't
up
have to worry
and
about
launch
stuff like that. We're playing a game, man.
again. No, but if we were playing multiplayer, it would not be very fair for who was it, Peter,
I
to
suppose
be
you could
doing
just
really
bomb
well
out.
and be 600 meters above me. I bomb out and then I just magically reappear above him. That wouldn't be fair.
No.
Ah.
Oh, you're actually genuinely
You have
relieved.
no idea how stressful this is. It's stressful and elating at the same time when you do it, when you make it. I'm riding this one all the way to the top, boys. If I can. We have to tag that.
And girls.
And girls. Boys and girls. As long as we can, because thermals have been a bit weird today. Hey, Instrument Freak. Welcome to the stream.
It's a shame there's not like any You know, like markers. Do you remember that time where you actually went cross country? You said that you saw a patch of not bin bags, but was it hay bales that were wrapped in black bin bags? And you were like, "Oh, I bet that's got some good lift over there." And you went over to it like
solar panels.
Solar panels.
A big solar farm saved
It'd
me
be cool
once.
if there was some like clearly. Emitters.
That's called the house thermal. Usually, when you go to a certain hill, there's also always like you say, like a patch of something or a field that all the locals know that's where you get your first thermal to get out.
Which flight was that? Which cross-country flight was that where you found that?
I think that was the 100 something.
Yeah.
On the cure to the seaside.
Yeah.
It was just after the M1 that solar farm. And I thought
would absolutely cack my pants flying over.
But also it was quite low and really punchy, because lower down they're more disorganized and harder to get. So
what's the name of the place where I picked you up from that we always forget begins with an S?
it wasn't Swindon.
No,
It was
Southall.
Southwell.
Was it Southwell? Yeah,
A lot of
maybe
people say
Southwell.
Southwell.
Southall.
Called souffle.
Let's just miss out those letters. Southwell.
Oh, you're doing online concerts. Are you an actual freak with instruments? Like, do you know what I mean? Because people's nicknames don't always match. Like, if it was like fire breathing gargoyle, you're not going to do one.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, tell us more about that, dude. That sounds very interesting.
This is you got some serious height here, Andre. This is cool.
1,000, yeah, and I'm kind of losing it now a little bit.
What's the highest you've been on here?
1,300, I think. I think these clouds are about 1,300. So, oh look, we're closing in on it. I just get distracted. Let's try to get cloud base here. If we actually manage to go all the way around the island in, I don't even know how long we've been doing this.
I don't know how long you've been doing this.
We've been 1 hour and a half already. God damn it! We're past our bedtime, as we usually say, because we try to keep the streams to 1.5. But god damn it, this time.
Well, we always try and keep it to an hour, but then it ends up going to an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, we got to do it this time, don't we?
Have you lost it?
I've lost it. I've lost it. It's here somewhere. The good thing about being up here is that we're close to the clouds, so it should be, in theory, be easy to re-find it.
Instrument freak is a multi-instrumentalist kind of, and mainly guitarist and singer. Very good. What kind of music? We definitely need you to come on and sing over.
Can you imagine having live music?
Live music over the stream. The Discord thing that Steve and Nathan have suggested definitely needs to kick off at some point.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we need multiplayer though. I think this is a new thermal, so we can try to catch that whilst on our way to tag that tip. On the map, we are.
Must be over just at the side of the dunes.
Yeah, we're here.
In between the two dunes,
so
Dune 1 and Dune 2.
That thing there is this thing here. So we're just trying to tag the last corner, and then in theory we can make a beeline to the good old sandy spit over here, all the way back. So
I think you just missed a little thermal. You got a little bit of something.
Oh yeah, a lot of something. 7. Maybe we'll be able to make it to cloud base. That'll be nice. That means we could potentially get a relaxed way home rather than pooping our pants all the way there again.
It sounds awful, but when I first got here and I thought, oh gosh, he's only at that corner, that's like, he's going to need the same length of time again to get all the way back. It's not going to happen. But you've actually got here quite quick.
Downwind though. Now we're going downwind, is what I'm saying. So
Oh,
getting
right,
from
okay,
here
I thought you
back is
said-
going to be way faster.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you were saying, oh, but that was downwind, so that was quite quick. Like,
Northeast corner, boo! Why boo? That's great. We've done 2/3 of the way, 3/4 of the way, and we're higher than ever. We've never been this high, and we're almost at cloud base. In fact, I can see home from here. Look, it's there. That's where we're gonna go. We can pretty much do it straight from here already. Acoustic pop, rock, funk, soul. Dude, that's
Everything.
fucking brilliant.
this sounds like the categories that we look for when we're making
Yeah.
a video.
Who doesn't like a bit of soul and funk and with a bit of pop in it? Fucking sweet.
Our Karim's going. Night, Karim. He said good night. Have a good fly. Oh, he's saying, is it possible to turn like that in a small radius in real life? Andre?
Yeah, for sure. The smaller, the lower aspect ratio of the wing, the easier. So if you're flying an ENA or EMB, is easier. But yeah, have a good one, dude. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you on a stream in the future.
It wasn't a boo northwest corner. It was a boo.
Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. Look, that cloud is lower than us. We didn't used to have that. All the clouds were the same height, but now they vary a little bit, which is nice. Okay, so that's where we're going to. So just point into it, and then
Oh, so is it still got to?
we still haven't tagged it. Yeah, it'd be cool if there were, you know, if you could place the little goals, the goal balls, on it. Then you know for sure if you've tagged
Oh, what,
it or
actually
not.
place your own little waypoints?
Yeah, rather than it being random.
Yeah, but then you'd have to come in at a particular height.
Look at this, Gemma. This is what we want. High clouds, mountains. We can see the whole map. Look, you can see we've been there and flew over to there, then struggled to come up there. Then over here was kind of okay, but we loitered around here. Then we had a really low save on that little plateau here, and now we're making a beeline for the wrong
Steve's
place
just
here.
said, "Is the race still on?" Show him where
Oh yeah, it's true.
you can see the landing point from here, can't you?
Well, no, he means because there was 2 other people also doing it.
Oh yes.
So you guys need to let us know where you are. This is like a really like finding ways to do multiplayer without multiplayer in it.
I really like the effect of the sea, you know, because
It's good, isn't it?
it actually looks like that from above, doesn't it? When you're flying above it, it looks like it's obviously
Yeah,
when you.
like shimmery.
But I mean, it looks like it's not moving very much when you're really high above it. I think when I've
Yeah.
flown over it in a plane, you can't see that the waves are crashing at the edge. It just looks like it's moving, but moving mega slow.
I think we've tagged it. Look,
No, I would say that's over tagged.
that's re-tagged. Okay. Well, let's make it back. And what
Don't get too cocky with like a deep turn.
Should I try to get this?
Yeah, why
I should
not?
try. I would really like to get to cloud base just for celebration purposes. Not that we need the height anymore, I don't think, but come on.
Oh, Peter, he says, I'm on bar to goal, but I ended up landing where you scratched and climbed up the hill, so I need to add penalty points.
Add hiking time. Yeah. On bar to go. Oh, gutted. I'm riding a thermal very close to the northwest corner turn point.
Ooh.
837 up. 837 is not bad.
873.
Next stop base. Oh, man, this is so cool. It's just really cool. Can you imagine if our Discord server, if we have multiplayer, if we're playing all of this together and we're all talking on the Discord server like when we play Counter-Strike or Valorant, but then it has like, it's push to talk, so it's not always on, and when you push to talk, it always makes the
Yeah, it's the same radio sound.
so it makes it just as crappy as in real life. Northwest corner. So he's on the same place as us, because we're on the northwest corner. We're here. No, wait, that's northeast. He's on here. So he's halfway through. And we're here. Okay. No, we're good, we're good. We're not in a rush. This wasn't really a race. Well, it didn't start off like that. We're just trying to I could try and go that one, which is closer, but I feel like it's off course, so I'm just gonna.
I feel like you've got plenty of height. I feel like
yeah,
totally
we do.
Finish it.
Yeah, and we
you just want cloud based, don't you?
And we got a tailwind. So I'm just like, because in reality, right? If you're doing this for real, you don't know if, even though you can do it on glide, you might have sink in the middle that you don't see.
Yeah.
So if you end up too low, then you've ruined it. So it's always good to, if you're
get
just
a bit extra, take more than you need.
Yeah, exactly, and play it safe. If you're not in a rush, you know.
Oh yeah, Dan is. Put my teeth in. Dan is at northeast corner, and is very close to you. So
well,
it really is a
close.
Chase to the finish.
Yeah, we need to do something cool when we get there. Probably die. We're doing a spiral, death spiral.
Oh, what was the? Have you already talked about it? Probably the thing, the documentary that we watched yesterday on Iran.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you guys subscribe, or even if you don't subscribe, doesn't matter, to the Ozone channel here on YouTube. Find it, and there's a really cool 40-minute documentary on the flying fish, which I believe is Honorant Hamad, the nickname sort of thing, how he's known. And it's really young French pilot that is just ridiculous, insane level. He's won everything and he's only 24. So it's really cool.
The reason I was thinking about it is because obviously when he was test flying in that documentary, not to ruin it for anybody, I don't think it would necessarily ruin it, but he does what you were trying to do the other day, doesn't he, where he does the wing tip. It's
called the ground spiral.
Ground spiral
or death spiral, yeah, where you go nose down, then
I
you
think
pull
I like
out.
Ground spiral better.
You pull spiral. You pull out at the end, and yeah, touch the wingtip, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really want to learn how to do that.
You made it look so effortless.
I've seen. Do you know? What's it called?
Oh yes, I'm saying he needs to properly land without an injury.
The Portuguese guy. No, the one that was on Cloud-Based Net Mayhem in Gralha.
Virgilio.
No, Virgilio, exactly. I'm surprised that you know that, and I forgot, completely blanked. He showed me a picture from like 20 years ago. Maybe not 20, but maybe 10 or whatever. A long time ago, of them.
maybe 2 years ago.
Maybe last month. No, of them practicing ground spirals at Gralha. And you know when you take that
on Gralha?
Yeah, you know when you take pictures. Oops. When you take many pictures.
Actually at Gralha Beach or on
at the beach. They did it at the ground.
The takeoff.
But so you know when you set the camera and some action is going and you go and then you stack all the images together and you can see the path. It was a picture like that. It was really cool.
TP3 tagged.
Turn point. 10.3 I suppose was northeast. It's kind of where we were.
Yeah.
Haha! You're in our dust, man. You're up there somewhere. Probably in that cloud. Okay. We're more than there. So let's speed bar our way there.
He's done well though, because didn't you say you started after Andre Dan? So he's caught up with you quick, man. He might be in trouble.
Yeah, to be honest, maybe like with different wings and obviously a different way of flying, I wasted loads of time. And got stuck in different places. So it could definitely be. This could definitely be made a lot better, a lot quicker than I did. Yeah, Stephen, I don't think Death Spiral is ever a good thing because it has death in the name. Flying the 28. I think you're flying an even slower wing than us then. You're flying the Fuzz, right? Yeah, that's the only 28 there is.
I remember a long time ago now when I went to Bolivia, there was a road called Death Road, and I remember reading the itinerary before I went on this trip, and it said you can go Death Road mountain biking, and I was like,
what?
Who's gonna go Death Road mountain biking?
It's just, oh, I know what it is. It's those like mountain passes on a dirt road that is about 2 meters wide, but it's actually okay. Because in Sydney we have loads of those.
Well, no, this actually was called Death Road because a lot of people had
Actually
died on it,
Oh,
or like,
come on.
but it wasn't perilous for. Well, it was steep.
Okay.
Listen, I did it. I did it anyway.
You
Because
buried the lead again.
I got talked into doing it, but it wasn't. It was perilous because it was steep, but it wasn't actually that narrow for cyclists. It's just that a lot of lorries had gone over the edge of it.
Yeah.
Because they tried to pass each other and like there wasn't enough room for two, so there was lots of wreckages that you could see along the way. And you started off really high up and it was freezing, and you got to the bottom and it was boiling because you were such high altitude. But it was cool. Anyway, I'm just trying to point out that all things that have got the word death in the title aren't necessarily bad.
Yeah, you know, like Snake
Just
Pass.
Snake Pass, yeah.
Snake Pass. Ooh. Just go slow. And if it's foggy, put your thingies on. Anyway, we are really getting on for time. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone that joined us in this almost 2-hour cross-country journey. Can't believe we made it back, guys. I have a little bit of a headache, I must say. And I haven't drank any alcohol, really. Maybe half a very small beer.
I was about to say there's a half a beer here in front of us.
It's a very small beer.
It's a small beer.
But I think it was all the concentrating, but it was really fun. I wish we can do this in the future, all of us together. Well, maybe not all of us.
By the way, if there's anybody who's been here since the beginning,
if someone's been here from the beginning, put your hand up. I think Nathan's definitely been. I think Steve's been from the beginning almost. But that has been pretty crazy, eh?
Oh, but wait a minute. You're not just calling it now, are you?
Well, I'm going to go down, but
spiral.
at this point, we can almost stall into goal. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. You should definitely stall into goal.
Well, as always, I want to say a big thank you to all the people that given us super chats, Laurie and Gareth, even though they're not here anymore. I really appreciate it. All of you for subscribing, all of our patrons.
YouTube members, exactly, supporters in general. There's a really cool, I hope, video coming out tomorrow, so look out for that. We're doing some giveaways, some very cool, in my modest opinion, very cool prizes that everyone can get in theory. So if you're into that stuff, check out tomorrow lunchtime, the video will come out. And let's stall into goal. Wait a minute. Before you do anything too hasty, how about what would happen if you flew backwards? Flew backwards. Can't say it. And then could you do like a trick in reverse if you were flying backwards when you pulled some? I don't know. Is it possible to put your full brake on both, and then go into some kind of weird trick? Yeah, fly backwards a little bit and then go into some kind of weird trick.
You could, in theory, go backfly to helico, but I don't know how to do helicos either yet.
Okay, that's something to work on then.
But yeah, you could do that. And I think a lot of acro is about that. It's about the connections.
Yeah.
So going from a stall to infinity to backfly to helico to sat, but like really smoothly, which is super hard. So
But you can't.
How good the pilot is more on how good the transition is rather than the actual trick. But I can't, sorry. I'm going to try. Here we go. So stabilize. We're going backwards now. Going to release a little bit on this side. And nothing happens. Maybe I should release and go like... Oh, that's a trick.
Oh, you did big ears!
Big ears backwards. That counts.
That'll do. Do a little spiral down now. And a little wingtip touch.
This is kind of a sat into helico into snake.
You're just making them up now, aren't you?
Oh, the last one was. We couldn't try to do some wing overs.
Remember, you've got to land without injuring yourself.
Do I have to land without injury?
Yeah, that was one of the recommendations.
By the doctor.
You're so close. Wait a minute. Try and get to the edge. Try and get to the edge.
Okay.
Turn around.
What's with these last minute
I don't
challenges?
know. I feel like
I could get to that edge. Because it's downwind. I'll get there and then turn back into wind and try to do it properly. We can do the how late do you turn into wind to land? Oh, we have all the peaceful music coming in just to finish off. We can go for
Misty landline twist. Got them all.
Misty land with a line twist.
Come on, it's got to be an epic landing. You've got to do something.
Gemma, now that I have no height, I have to do something after you've given me 3 challenges in a row.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, let's fly along the beach.
I can wait to the party as well. I'm like, do this, do that.
Let's just have a nice little relaxed time at the beach here. Actually, we still have more height than what I thought. Let's do a little swoopy swoop landing maybe then.
Swoopy swoop.
The swoopsters. Too much? No, we're still okay. Can definitely tell which way the wind is coming because we're really going slow this way.
Butt down, touchdown.
Whoa, we made it back! High five!
Yay, well done.
Thanks for coming, everyone. This has been really fun.
It's been an ordeal.
It's been an ordeal as well, but that's the whole thing about cross country is the highs and the lows are really high and really low.
You've not got, well, I was just about to say at least you've not got, not a sheepy, what do they call the heapy? XCP on, but if you haven't got an XCP on, I bet
well,
you're not desperate for the toilet.
This is the trick. You can press pause, but if we had multiplayer, you probably can't press pause because otherwise you'd be pressing for everyone pause, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks a lot for coming. That was nice and intense and cool. See you all soon. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you soon.
Yep.
And we'll have to come up with some more challenges.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. See you then.
Sorry I wasn't here sooner, but we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
See you later.